Jehovah Yahweh, pamoja nami. Jehovah Yahweh, pamoja nami. Jehovah Yahweh, pamoja nami. Jehovah, Jehovah, ahadi zako nitazishikilia milele milele, pamoja nami kamwe hutaniacha. Jehovah, Jehovah, ahadi zako nitazishikilia milele milele, pamoja nami kamwe hutaniacha. Umeahidi utaniongoza katika mito haitanigarikisha, na kwenye moto mimi sitateketea. Mwaminifu kwa ahadi zako zote, ameahidi atakuongoza katika mito haitakugarikisha, na kwenye moto hautateketea. Ni mwaminifu kwa ahadi zake zote. Jehova, ahadi zako nitazishikilia milele milele, pamoja nami kamwe hutaniacha. Jehova, ahadi zako nitazishikilia milele milele, pamoja nami kamwe hutaniacha. Wakati nahisi peke yangu, ninapohisi wewe uko mbali nami, ninapohofu kama pepo linazama, ninakumbuka ahadi zako Jehova. Ule wakati nahisi peke yangu, ninapohisi wewe uko mbali nami, ninapohofu kama pepo linazama, ninakumbuka ahadi zako Jehova. Jehova, Jehova, ahadi zako nitazishikilia milele milele, pamoja nami kamwe hutaniacha. Jehova, Jehova, ahadi zako nitazishikilia milele milele, pamoja nami kamwe hutaniacha.
Welcome, welcome, Beacon of Hope tonight. Share.
Jehovah yupo na anaona, nipenda beaga. Jehovah yupo na anaona, wamekufuta kazi. Jehovah yupo na anaona, biashara kazoroteka. Jehovah anaona, umefungiwa nyumba. Jehovah yupo na anaona, karo ya shule hamna. Jehovah yupo na anaona, mchumba haujapata. Jehovah yupo na anaona, wakuita wetasa, ndoa imevunjika. Jehovah anaona. Jehovah, Jehovah, ahadi zako nitazishikilia. Jehova, Jehova, ahadi zako nitazishikilia. Jehova, Jehova, ahadi zako nitazishikilia. Jehova, Jehova.
That's Jehovah Yupo with Dama Ben all the way in Kenya. A beautiful song, Jehovah Yupo. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to tonight's show. Beacon of Hope is our usual Friday program of Beacon of Hope. And tonight, I promise you are in for a treat, because the topic we're just about to tackle is really that deep message that not many people want to talk about. But quickly, just before I bring in my guest who is getting ready, I always like reminding people about TapTap, who are our sponsors. TapTap is the easiest way to send money from Europe, from UK. If you want to support families in Kenya, the easiest, easy to download, the highest rate of exchange, reliable. And if you use my promo code LIST254, you get £10 on top. Just a minute.
Niajiwase. TapTap Send Money Transfer has launched its app in Kenya. Send money to M-Pesa and Kenyan bank accounts. Send money quickly at the best rate. Hassle-free. Available in the UK, France, Italy, Spain, Netherlands, Belgium and Germany. Turkey too.
Well. Okay, here is our program tonight, and everybody is eagerly waiting. I can see all those messages that people are just waiting. They want to hear this story. They want to hear what is this healthy relationships and what is it that we are talking about. So, just before I bring in my guest, kindly, if you are already here, please share. Share, invite friends and family. Just share. Don't let that message just go. Share. Pastor Jane Giri, I'm so glad to see you, my sister. Good to see you that you are already there. Tess Resha, all the way. She's here. Zipi Mogo, my dear daughter, you are already there. Winnie Moya, my daughter, you are already there. Tuned. Jane Jogona, Judy Ngaish, I can see you are all there. But kindly, please, share, and invite somebody else because this message needs to be heard far and wide. I don't want you to keep this message to yourself. Please do share. Nancy, I can see you. Shiro, I can see you. But kindly, please share. And again, if you want to follow us on YouTube, we are on YouTube, Beacon of Hope Beacon. Beacon of Hope Beacon. Right. Once again, it's our Friday Beacon of Hope program or talk show where we bring different topics, where we bring different guests to come and teach, to come and inspire, to come and motivate. And tonight, yes, the story we're just about to hear and the talk is a bit personal. It's touching. I've heard bits of it. But you know what? This lady has decided she wants to speak up. She wants people to know what is a healthy relationship, what comprises a healthy relationship. And so tonight, without much further ado, I'm on a hosting. I've not gone through what this lady has gone through, but you know what? She has decided it's about time. I want to speak up. I want to open up. I want to talk to people so that nobody else goes through what she has gone through. Let's get to know who is this lady. I want her to come here and introduce herself. And please kindly share and invite people. Hello, Abby. How are you doing?
I'm good, Mrs. Bishop, I'm good.
Thank you so much. Now, Abby, I've just said Abby, yes. Would you like to introduce yourself? Who is Abby? Can we get to know what are your names? Where do you come from? Where do you live? Just briefly introduce yourself, please.
Okay, my name's Abby Mumbi. I'm a born-again Christian. I love the Lord. He is my lock and my salvation.
Amen.
I have to start there because that's where I get the strength.
Right. Abby Mombi. Okay, go on. A bit more about yourself.
Apart from that, I'm a Kenyan-born British citizen. And yes, I live here. I relocated here some years ago. So this is my home now. And also as per work and career, I am background nurse, registered nurse, and I'm a lecturer at the moment in one of the universities. I'm also an author, a published author. Yeah. I am a mother of 4 children. Wow. 3 are with me, 1 is with the Lord.
Well, we bless God for your life and whatever it is that you're just about to share. I'm sure people want to hear this story. And I'm still asking people, please share because Abby is here. She would like to share her story widely, far and wide. So once again, please don't keep this story to yourself. Now, Abby, you asked me, because all I do, I'm hosting. And I've put a disclaimer that whatever Abby will share, it's all her own personal story or, her life story. So Why do you talk about what is a healthy relationship, and why do you want to talk? First of all, let's hear, why do you want to talk about a healthy relationship? Is it something that you've gone through? Is it something that you know of? Is it something you've read from books? Why have you come up with this?
Well, I'm here to chair because I think it's about time, just as you started saying. It's about time that we have these conversations because, well, I don't know about you, but I'm really tired of hearing people being assaulted in their own homes, people being killed by lovers, and people who should protect them, people who should actually love them and bring out the best in them. That is why I'm here, because I have been, well, I have been there, and by the grace of God, I'm here to tell the story. So I'm saying victory belongs to God, to us, but the testimony belongs to God. That is why I'm here, to encourage someone, to give hope, and to say, yes, it is possible. Not just to the victims, but to everyone.
Okay, I think so far, so good. Everybody is in suspense. We are like, oh, I've been there. Being there, where? Is it being, people would like to know. I know we need to go slowly so that we can get to the grips of why are we advocating for healthy relationships. And by the way, like I said, we're talking from a Christian perspective. We are born again. We are people who advocate for healthy relationships in a family. So that is one of the things that I know, and that is why I agreed to host my sister here. Thank you, son James. You like my hair? Thank you, Pastor Jane. And all the people who are tuned in, please share. If you just click the share button, we will be double the number we are here now. Right. So what is it that you said you've been there? Let's start from there.
Well, I have loved, I have cared, I also have experienced some not so good bits within that form of relationship.
So in short, you are married.
I was married. I'm not married now.
Oh, you are not. You are not.
No, I'm not. Not now.
Oh, how long were you married for?
11 years.
Was it a happy marriage? Did you obviously people marry the love of their lives, you just don't marry a stranger. Where did you meet with this lover of yours? Because obviously by the time you married, you are lovers, obviously.
Of course we were. Yes, I did love this young man. And I think the word for it is complicated. And I did marry him as well. Or rather, we got married, and then a few years down the line, things started going a bit K-leg. And I was there, I was believing for the better, which didn't happen. Kind of went from bad to worse. And I was believing, like many people who believe and stop there, still believing and praying. I was praying but it didn't change for the better for me. So it got really bad.
Well, when you say, the idea here is, you said you want to share your story so that you can help people and talk about healthy relationships. If you do not mind, would you like to tell us, we started well, we got married, we got kids, and did you notice any red flags in the course of that? Or, how did it, because did your husband then wake up one day and decide to, were there fights in the marriage? All these things. I think you need to kind of explain clearly so that we can know where we're getting.
Okay, I'll call it as it is.
Yes, please.
I'm not afraid to call it by name. I think it's all right to name the devil and then you deal with it.
Absolutely.
So the thing was domestic violence, which is not a new thing in our communities. Actually, it's not a new thing anywhere. Even here, it is not a new thing. It's only that we are not comfortable to talk about it.
Absolutely.
So for me, it started quite quickly after I was married, and it's usually a surprise because before I was married, it never happened. There may have been red flags. There are always red flags, but we choose not to see them, or we choose to paint another color over them. Whichever the case was, I didn't take up the red flags or deal with them in any wise. So it went from bad to worse. It was actually physical, and it was also emotional. It was generally all forms. By the time it gets to physical, you have actually seen all the other forms. By forms, I mean emotional, psychological, all forms of manipulation and control, that kind of thing. So it happened for many years, over 3 countries.
What do you mean 3 countries?
In my country, in Kenya, where we started together, and then we migrated down south to Botswana, and there it was happening.
Was that for work?
For work, yeah. I want to say here again, it doesn't spare a class or a religion or a color. It doesn't choose anybody. So, like in my case, actually, he had gone there because he was an expatriate consultant. He was employed there from Kenya.
So it's someone who was doing okay.
Someone who was very educated, highly educated, would have been highly successful. There's a reason why I'm saying that, because the thing ends up as a trap for the perpetrator. It destroys lives. And that is why I'm coming out to speak about it. And then we we went back to Kenya. We were in Botswana for 3 years, went back to Kenya, still happening and getting worse. And then I got to come here. And of course, I brought my beloved here so we can live happily ever after. Didn't happen. I brought him here, did the paperwork, paid the flight. And 2 weeks down the line, after arriving here, he attempted to actually kill me.
What?
Yes.
Now, taking you back to, because let me get this right, because we are here to help people. We are talking of healthy relationships, and it's not gonna be healthy if we sugarcoat bits that people should know. Now, when you noticed the red flags, like you said, did you try to seek help? Did you talk to friends? Did you go to counselors? Did you talk to his parents or your best couple? What did you do as you know, as to help?
I've done all that. Let me say, in my case, the red flags were not very well noticed. What am I saying? Like when you were dating, I just saw a nice young man, very, very nice, very loving, very compassionate, very everything. And with big dreams, and I had my own big dreams. And I was hoping we were going to make something beautiful. And then, we got married, and my son was 3 months, and that's the first time he hit me.
Wow.
Yeah. And at first I was shocked, and I've gone to people. So at that point, there are no longer red flags.
Right. We will deal with everything as it comes so that we get your story. Someone wants to know, what are the red flags that you may have noticed during courtship and then you ignored?
The red flags would be some like bouts of anger.
During courtship?
During courtship. They were not, in my case, I can't remember seeing little like flare-ups. I can remember one incident, and I think he was able to bring it down quite quickly. So only in retrospective can I now see like, yeah, that must
You are
have
that
been
you
a red
then you
one.
are that girl in love, and you
I
think,
was,
oh, it's okay.
oh yeah, and we think it's okay. Everything gonna work out. And by the way, girls always think that they are gonna change this guy anyway. But I
And
didn't think he
don't
needed
forget,
much
don't
changing.
forget, don't forget it both ways, because I've had so many of the girls also
Yeah,
mistreating boys, So we're
yes,
talking of both ways. We don't want to be biased and talk of girls only. But in your case, it was you who
yeah.
saw all this and you went through it. So during courtship, you did see a few red flags, like you're saying, bouts of anger and all this, but you thought, oh, we're in love, so it's gonna end when you get married. Is that what you thought?
Yes, I thought it's gonna end. Once we tie the knot, it's all gonna be breeze. Yeah, but it wasn't.
So here you are now. You've got a son, and this is 3 months. He hit you. Did you try to do something about that? Because that's the beginning of now what you said, things getting worse.
Yes, I did something. I talked to his mom. And I talked to his mom quite a few times. I didn't feel comfortable like to talk to my family, which was an oversight. But I wanted not to go and anika him. I didn't want to expose him, like out
Oh,
there to my family. So I thought his mom would sort everything until I realized that actually they were discussing it in a different kind of way. And I'm not surprised, and I'm not blaming the mom, because it's a general problem. It is the viewpoint that we have about this issue. So it's like I don't think there are very many people from our community who will be happy to say no, that is not all right.
yeah.
And that is the challenge I would like to raise to us now. We normally don't talk about it. We don't face it. We ignore it and look the other direction. When we acknowledge it is there, we minimize it. Like, what's a slap? Little do we know that a slap is the beginning of many, many and bad things. It can escalate quickly from a slap to something totally different. It goes from there actually to all the way to murder, let alone a slap. Even other forms can escalate very quickly
Yeah.
to something you've never imagined.
So
Yeah.
for you, you look back and you remember that slap and you think, I should have acted then.
Oh, yes.
But you
And
ignored
not
just because you're in love?
and not going to talk to. I thought I did, but again, I didn't understand how this thing works. Because when somebody who has issues like that, after it has happened, and maybe I talk to the mother, maybe even I don't talk to the mother, I just talk to him. He'll assure me that it will never happen again. He'll be very repentant. He will be, and after that episode, he'll be the nicest person you have ever seen.
Oh
He'll be
my.
the best husband you have ever
Oh
seen.
my. Oh
You'll be
my.
in your honeymoon, but then it becomes a cycle of abuse, talk about it, honeymoon, it just becomes a cycle. That's what I'm trying to say.
Wow, wow. Viewers, for those of you who are joining us right now, we have Abby here who is a domestic violence survivor. We haven't gone to that bit yet, but she has just started her story by telling us how it all started. She got married, happily married to this young man who was doing well, very well. And Abby was also doing well and looking forward to a happy relationship. In the first 3 months, when they had their son, she had her first slap. Abby has said she ignored a few red flags during courtship, which now she thinks could have been the beginning of whatever she went through. Now, here we go, Abby. Now, okay, here is your son, you're 3 months, you've been slapped, and you told the mom nothing's happened. Let's hear from then on what happens after this. Where do we go from there with your husband then?
Oh, we talk and we make up. That's what we do. We make up. And we made up.
Stupidly.
Stupidly. I acknowledge it was such a stupid move. And that was not the only one. And it becomes that kind of cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, until you don't know whether you're going or you're coming, and you're walking on all those eggshells every day, each day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that was how it was.
Okay, we've just had just a bit of, okay, you've got your baby, you've had the slap. Let's hear what happens. Go on, tell us what happens now. What makes you, or what's the tough bit now that comes in? Because you say the first one was just a slap and you thought, oh, it's gonna go, and you made up, you became friends. And I believe you just did not make up then only, because I believe you got other kids after that. And obviously you are two people, you are lovebirds after that.
Oh, we made up many times. Many times. And it becomes, okay, I would like to say that there is no relationship that is perfect.
Awesome. That's true.
Because we live in a broken world.
Mm-hmm.
But there needs to be boundaries. Mm-hmm. Like there is a place my lover is not gonna get me.
Mm-hmm.
And one of it is a slap.
Mm-hmm.
Even a slap is far.
Mm-hmm.
Because before you get to a slap, you've gotten a few other things.
Mm-hmm.
And probably you have called them other names. Yeah. So mine today, I am just out here to encourage people to come out and let us have these conversations. Mm-hmm. Let us acknowledge that there is a problem. And, if we can't see it, mm-hmm. we can't bear to talk about it, then we can't do anything about it. It's as simple as. And because I do not want to have me to do that and my daughter to have to do that, mm-hmm. I have decided to make myself, it's a bit vulnerable coming out here. You get all sorts of judgment, but that is a very small issue, mm-hmm. compared to the issue that is in my heart right now. Because the demons we don't deal with, we leave them for our children to deal with. And we have to come to a point and decide enough is enough.
That's right.
And that is the point I am at. And this is not for men or women. And having said that, I know majority of people who suffer this thing all over the world are women.
Oh, yes.
And I am actually inviting, because I know most people have been affected. If you are a woman, you're not affected, then you are a man, you are a son of somebody.
Of course. Yeah.
And it affects you in one way or another. So please, let us have these conversations. We can talk about it, and then we can see how we can solve it, because it's important that everyone, man, woman, child, need to live in a safe environment. And where can you be safe if you cannot be safe in your own home? So when I want to kind of lay the foundation of this, because I don't want to go into the gruesome base of my experience just now.
Yes. Viewers, I can tell you because I've had a talk with my guest, Abby. It's not as sweet as she looks now. It's not as sweet as, you can tell just by listening to her. She's going to come to those bits of what does she mean by she is a domestic violence survivor. And when you talk about surviving, it is at that point of death, because you survive death, definitely. So
Yeah.
Abby is heading to that place where she's going to share. She's going to go to that bit of where she went with her own experience with her husband then, and what has happened after that. And somebody is asking, were the children beaten or they were just witnesses? Where should you have reported first? So let's continue, and then you come, you know that, all those comments you come, so you can feed them in so that you don't jump your guns, you fit in that as you tell us, So you've already moved from Kenya, or have you? Let's get from there now.
Okay, yeah, we moved from Kenya and went to live down south. The children were normally, okay, they were small. One of my sons was a little bit older. They were between 0 and 11 years or 10 years.
Yeah.
By the time it ended. They didn't witness most of the times, but they had, I think. Or the witness, I don't know.
Were you hiding it from them?
I would try to hide. I don't want my children to be witnesses of these things. But sometimes they do. I was sharing with my son, and he said something to me very profound, because he said something and I said, you remember that? You know about that? And he said to me, Mommy, children are just small. They are not stupid. And that is really profound.
Wow.
Which means, they were small, but they were not stupid to know what was happening. And people don't realize how much they are hurting their children by hurting their spouses. Because children are left in the middle. They love both of you. And they are wondering, are we the ones, are we the cause? It's very confusing and very traumatizing to the children. So we went down there, then we came here. It's a long story. It's kind of a long story.
You can go mentioning bits and pieces of, you don't have to go through to the whatever you're comfortable with, but we want that flow. We want to know exactly what happened, because that's the only way people will learn from you,
Okay. So we went down south and on his job, which was very nice. I had never flown before, so I get to fly on the aircraft.
So you went to Botswana for 3 years?
Yes, it's a very nice country, and we really enjoyed. I really enjoyed staying.
Is that where you got your kids, or you had your kids in Kenya?
One of them, I got her there, but the others were born in Kenya. And we were there for 3 years.
Yeah.
And then we came back home. And when we came back home, it became very bad now. Why? Because he lost his job. And I would like to say here that when there is a crisis, that's when things get really worse. Because people who sort of do stuff like that, it means they have got some issues with power and control. And if
can I ask, were you yourself, were you working then?
Yes, I've been working all my life. I've been not all my life.
Right. Could I say, would I be right in thinking, maybe, and I'm only thinking, I'm not being judgmental, I'm here just to learn. Would I be right in thinking that maybe when he lost his job, you also acted differently, or you kind of, because I'm asking this because I know I've had men, when they lose, or anybody who loses their jobs, that's kind of a beginning of depression. I had that talk last week. So could it have been maybe when he lost his job, he got depressed, and you are maybe still demanding on him, being the man of the house, and he didn't have any finances? Am I wrong in asking this?
Yes, I think you are wrong. I'm not afraid to say that. I think you are wrong in just trying to justify the behavior. Because whatever is happening, whatever else is happening, no, there's no justification to hurt someone. And anyway, in my case, you see, it had been happening all along.
Okay, so you've gone back to Kenya then? I wanted to
me-
prompt you to tell me this.
And even when I went to Botswana, I was unable to register. So I was staying at home. Me, a registered nurse, I was a homestay wife, housewife, mother for 3 years.
Did he stop you from registering?
No, he didn't. It's just some complications. They were political. So I have issues when we try to excuse or justify the behavior. I think we don't help. And where I come from, we always justify behavior. Men from where I come from, and I love my brothers. I haven't got anything against my brothers, but I call it as it is. Men in my community don't do anything. They are made to do. That is where it gets a bit tricky, because every human being has a responsibility to make decision and choice about their behavior.
Okay.
So whatever else may have been happening, yes, we can empathize that if somebody has lost their job, they might be in a bit of a low mood, a bit of depression. By the way, I'm a mental health practitioner. But you still make a choice about how you want to behave. I'll give an example. Like if somebody annoys you on the road, are you gonna beat them?
Not really.
No. Why will you beat your wife if you are a bit annoyed? Because you can.
Yeah, I get you now. I was only prompting you.
Thank you. Yeah. So yeah, and then we came very briefly to Kenya. We came back very briefly. Less than a year we were in Kenya. But it was very, very, very tough year. Because finances were not there. Finances were a big challenge.
Yeah.
We were now depending on only one income. By the way, when we came back, I didn't even have an income as well. Because remember, I have resigned from my job
to go to
and follow
Botswana.
my husband. And now we are back. But what I did when I was going, I took a sabbatical. But to come back to work, it took me like 6 months without any pay.
And you've got 3 kids now?
Yes, 3 kids, me and him, and we had no savings. He also loved a bit of drink.
Yeah.
That complicates the matter further.
Oh, he was a drunkard.
We will try to be a bit more polite, but yeah, he loves his drink.
He loves his drink.
He loves his drink.
Okay.
So that is the kind of scenario we had, and by the time we came back, I already made applications. I would have come here a long time ago, but I didn't want to leave my family. Seleni, I stuck with my family. People were coming. I'm like, no, I'm not leaving my family, not again. But when things became very fiery, I decided, no, this time we were doing it with him.
Okay.
Everything we were doing it with him. I was sharing every bit. What I didn't know is that when I made a breakthrough, it was really a challenge to him. And he didn't get it that in my heart of hearts, I was doing it for all of us. In fact, when I came here, I worked day and night. I used to go for a night and come back for a day. I'm feeding them in Kenya, and I'm trying to process their papers.
Oh, you came here first and left him with
I came here first.
All right, yeah, because it was that much easier for nurses to come over.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. How long were you here for alone without the family?
Do you know I was here only? They could have come like maybe in the next 5 months. But he used to really harass me even from all those miles on the phone. It
Wow.
was really
Like, did he
challenging.
want you to hasten or did he?
He was just, I don't know. I don't know what he wanted, Bishop. I really don't know. I would like to understand, but I think I kind of understand that kind of mind controlling. And how do you deal with somebody who calls you 6 times in a day? They are not talking, they are just flashing. And anyway,
It wasn't out of love, because when you are in love with somebody, you can keep calling. You just want to hear
come
the voice.
on. What love?
I am just me being this naive lady. That's why I'm asking this question.
It could be love. It could be love. But at the end of the day, I'm coming from a night duty, 12 hours. And then he calls. I can't call direct because of the cost, obviously.
Yeah, I remember.
So I have, instead of sleeping, I have to go and buy a card to call him back.
Those cards you used to buy them, these
£5. And now this love, when I call, this card will be finished. Him just insulting me. This £5 card. And I can't cut it because he has my children and he threatens me with them. You get the picture? That is the kind of
Now,
love.
when you say threatening you, what kind of threats would he put through? This is getting scary now.
He would say, like, in the process of the talks, if you joke with me, you'll never see these children again. That's also another form of abuse.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. But
So,
then, like you say, to you then, it didn't look like it's serious as, you know.
oh, it did look serious because I stayed in the refuge in Kenya just when they started.
Wow. So he was in Kenya for how long? How long did you?
8 months.
8 months. Then
8 months.
You managed to process for them to come and join you?
I had the visas for my whole family.
Wow.
Actually, 5 months I had everything except the money. Yeah.
So day and night shifts so that you can get the money for
So
your
I can get the money for my beloved husband to come and join me.
Oh my God.
And my children. I was really missing. I was actually missing them. And I hoped in my heart of hearts that once environment change, things are gonna work for the better. In a little place in my heart, I believed that what you are saying, that maybe because he lost his job and now new openings, new opportunities, but he didn't enjoy any. I don't know if he enjoyed because
Wow.
Yeah.
So now let's see. He has joined you. Okay. He's here with the
kids.
You meet them at Heathrow or wherever.
No, minus the kids. He came without the kids.
Why?
I would love to know.
Had you processed everything for him?
Everything. He went on the same day.
And as you were waiting for them, did he tell you that he's leaving the kids?
No, he didn't.
What?
Yeah.
So who's taking care of the kids now back in Kenya?
Good question. Literally nobody. He didn't. I'm not exaggerating. It sounds very exaggerated, but no, it wasn't. They didn't even know he had come here, by the way. He didn't tell them.
How old was the first one, by the way, before he leaves them in the house on their own?
There was, the sister was there too.
Okay, but the sister was part of that.
College.
She was part of that.
The sister was going to college, so really she couldn't have been the care provider because they were supposed to be coming, so there wasn't an issue of who is gonna look after them.
Okay, so what did he tell you when you meet him? You go and meet your husband and you explain.
I didn't go and meet him. I didn't go and meet him.
Ah,
He just came.
had you told him how to get? Obviously,
Of course, I told him. How does he get the visas?
No, I'm saying usually when somebody is arriving, I would expect you to have gone to the airport, meet him, take him to where you're living. This is, travel here is not as easy. So had you explained to him how to get to you?
He's been here. He's been here before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he knew where you lived.
When I'm sending the papers so he can get the stuff, he's got the addresses. He's been here, so he knows how to get a flight and how to get a coach and how to get to where I am.
And obviously now you knew he told you when he was taking off, when he was boarding and all that.
No, he didn't. He didn't. Seriously. Yes, very strange.
You said the fare for him and your 3 kids.
I said the papers, I said the fare, I said even the pocket, everything.
Okay. You hear a knock on the door, or were you still
I didn't. I didn't hear any knock. I was away because he was supposed to be coming the following week, and I was moving town. So on the day, I've gone to this other town to look for a family house where we are gonna come. I was changing jobs as well. So I just get a call, and the city is like maybe, I think it's 2 to 3 hours on the coach. So I get a call like, I'm here, this is so and so. I'm like, this is a Birmingham code, what's going on here? And of course, I knew that now he is in the Birmingham, which really confused me. Fast forward, he's here. What will I do? Eventually, I went and picked him up because he went to where I was working and tried to get. By the time I was getting messages from everywhere, it's like going. I don't know where you live. You live in London,
yeah.
Which is the big hospital near you, St. Thomas.
Yes, St. Thomas. Yeah.
So it's like knowing somebody working in St. Thomas, and you start asking from.
You don't even know the department.
No, you start asking. You start asking from A&E. I'm looking for so and so.
Oh my God! Even Queen's Hospital here, or King George, which is a slightly smaller hospital, you can never just go and ask for somebody, a nurse, just a nurse there, and ask at the reception. That's not possible.
He did ask, and he did get me because I got a message from my manager.
Really?
But it went like Chinese whispers. So by the time I got the message, they didn't figure that he was actually in A&E because it was like, trying to, the way messages passed on and distorted. Yeah.
Okay, so you get home, here you are with your sweetheart.
Yeah. And life continues as normal. Yeah.
So when he arrived, he wasn't that bad. He wasn't harsh. How did he explain why he left the kids?
Bad.
Immediately he arrives.
Not immediately he arrives. First of all, when he arrived, I was living with a girl, with another girl in a room. So he has arrived unexpectedly. There was no way he was gonna come and share this room with this girl. So he went to stay with a friend, a common friend. And in the weekend, I went to see my sweetheart, and I did see my sweetheart. We had a nice time for that weekend.
And
then the following week,
I'm taking you back. What excuse did he give for not having the kids?
I don't think he had any excuse.
Did you ask?
He didn't have to give me. You see, he didn't have to give me. Do you see how the power balances are there? Even if I ask, I'm not gonna get an explanation. I did ask.
I would have insisted. I sent you fare. I sent the visas. Where are the kids?
I was really upset. but I was not owed an explanation. After all, who am I?
Okay, fast forward. Let's move on now. Okay, you've stayed for some time together. He's still with you. You have your common friend. Let's hear
Just
from
for
there.
a week. Just for a week. Because by the day he came, actually, I was here in Oxford where we were planning to come and live. And I've got accommodation. So we moved to our house after a week. And this friend gets him a small job there, security job. In the meantime, waiting to get proper work. You know how it works here.
Yeah.
So he's already getting the pounds, a few pounds at least.
Yeah.
So then we talked. I didn't know what to do, and I talked to friends as well. And a friend told me, you cannot just be stuck here. I was stuck on the fact that he's left the kids, and my friend said, you cannot be stuck with this issue. You have to move on. Life has to go on.
Yeah.
And life went on the way I knew how. Forget what has happened, move on. It's a new day.
We start
And
off a new life.
And it's a new leaf. And we did.
Yeah.
But at this point, I can't think when the kids are there, he's here, I am here. So we talked and I said, we need to bring the kids so that we can focus. We can focus with our lives here now.
Yeah.
Because there was no reason for them to be out there on their own.
Definitely, yeah.
So, and now the money is finished. Remember, I sent him all the money for his visas, his ticket, the tickets. But he paid only his, and his was also a one-way. A one-way. So I figured, okay, this time I'm not getting beaten twice.
Yeah.
So I also thought maybe I'm gonna go and see my mom, because once the kids come, I'm not gonna be able to be traveling a lot. So I said to him, okay, let's go and get the kids. By that I meant I'll go and get the kids, and then life will go on.
Yeah.
So what I could do, because I didn't have money, I had a good account because I'd been working so hard, feeding people down in Africa. And apart from feeding my own family, I also had like my own there are people I was supporting with their education. So I had big responsibility. I always had big responsibilities. So I had a good account which didn't have money. And with that I can get a loan. I didn't even know. So I thought I don't have money, but I'm going to explore whether I can get some money. I went to Barclays Bank and I said, "Oh, I want some money. Can I have some form of loan?" And said, "Oh yes, you can have a few thousands of loan." It was very nice because we talked with the person, and I said, "When will I get this loan?" I said, "By the time you reach the cash point, the money will be there." I'm like, "Oh, wow, okay,
Easy."
So easy. So I went to the cash point and tapped, and sure enough, the money was there. I'm like, whoa, this is good. So I went and booked a flight. Of course, I told him it wasn't it. Everything I used to tell him. Little did I know. So anyway, I told him, and we agreed that let's bring the kids and life continue.
So you're going on your own. You're leaving him here.
I'm leaving him here.
All right.
He has his little job, so it's best for him to carry on with that.
Yeah.
And I can get leave. When I got into the new job, I said to the manager, I need some leave urgent. Can I get that? And he is here. Sometimes things are so good. Said, oh yes, you can get some leave. I have just started this job. Even I hadn't done. I did 3 days and I got like 3 weeks annual leave.
Wow.
So I said, because you are starting and me, I've been here, you try to settle and I'll dash and get the kids and come back. And on the day I am supposed to go and get the kids, I was even working on that day because of how tight things were. And I come home. He was also working away, and he comes home. And then I say, okay, I'm gonna make some food. I used to finish at 9:30. I'll make some food. And he said, I don't want any food. And the way he said it, I know that voice. It's the danger voice. Everyone knows the danger voice. So I'm like, okay. So I wasn't very hungry because where I was working, we were counted in the numbers. I know that is strange for like people who have never worked here, but where I worked, if they have a 3-course meal, all the staff are included. We would, because it's part of the therapy. You sit down with the people and eat together. So I said, I'm not very hungry as well. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to have a bath, and I'm traveling tomorrow. So I was gonna wake up at 5 a.m., catch a coach, and catch a plane to home.
Yeah.
And then I filled my bath with some nice bath. And I came and the bath had been drained. I'm like, what? And he was there looking weird. I said, what happened to the water? He said, oh, I want to have a bath. And I said, oh, I hadn't used that water. You could have used it. Okay, you have your bath and I'll have mine later. And he said, no, you have your bath. Do you know, I shudder to think what he was thinking when he was draining that bath. But he was just looking so strange and weird. So anyway, he said, you have your bath. And I went, I filled the bath again, and I had my bath blissfully. I was very tired. I'd been working very hard. So I think my mind was very tired even to sort of get some, sometimes when you're tired, you can miss things. Maybe I missed some things that were there, but I remember he was looking very, very weird. So I got out of the bath, and then I joined him in the bedroom. That was the first night I think we spent in that house, I think.
Okay.
And he says in this danger voice, it's me who should go to get the children. And I'm thinking, like, how? And you left them 2 weeks ago, less than 2 weeks. It was 1 week, and this one was Friday. So it's less than 2 weeks. You left them less than 2 weeks. It's not somewhere you're gonna walk back and pick them. It's a plain light. Like, how should you be the one? And we have been talking. I've already paid the ticket, my ticket, which he can't use. You see?
It's not transferable.
So, but then because of that voice that I knew, thank God is in the past, I thought I need to be careful with this one. So I'm thinking, how do I respond to this one? Because I knew it was kind of a challenge. It's kind of a trap.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, he want to do something. He just wants something.
You could sense there was
something he is on the edge. He wants something to just
blow. He's just waiting for that trigger.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay. And then he said, before even I had figured what to say, he said, and we must sort it out. Like, how are we gonna sort it out? How? Actually, I just said the one word, how. That was the trigger.
You shouldn't have opened your mouth. It's like he was waiting for that.
Mine was, if I opened my mouth, it was bad. If I didn't open my mouth, is being stubborn, whatever. The thing is, when somebody is like that and they need that, because it's like a drug addict who need a fix. When they need a fix, whatever you do, you can keep silent, you can sing, you can shout, you can dance, it's still gonna happen.
Oh dear.
Whatever you do, you can keep quiet. You keep quiet is stubbornness. And so that is what happened. And of course, fast forward, without the gory details, I found myself in the hospital. I remember seeing him handcuffed and getting into a police van.
What? Can you?
That is the last time I saw him.
That is not clear at all. You are in the bedroom. He said, I got lost there. I got lost for once. I need to hear this. Come on, we need to hear this. We need to know. We need to know this. Okay, you are here. You've already booked your ticket. You've gone put the water in the bath, and then he comes and drains the water. And then he says he's gonna, and then later he tells you, but you notice some strange or weird looks.
Yes.
He's not saying anything, and then he allows you. You finish, you go to the bedroom, and he says it's him who should be getting the kids and not you. And then you ask how. So then the next thing, you're in hospital.
The next thing, when I ask how, he just jump on me and bite my nose off. I didn't wear any makeup. Sometimes I don't wear makeup. It's an honor, and it is a sacrifice to all the women who are going through stuff.
Can I ask, is that why you have that scar on your nose? Is that
I wasn't born like this. No, I wasn't born like this. These scars I did, they are from my ex.
Right. So it's just the two of you in the house.
Yeah.
He beat your nose. Did he beat you elsewhere, or obviously did?
He beat my nose, and I'm bleeding very much. And I said, please, I'm bleeding. I was bleeding. The face is a lot of blood.
Yeah.
And I say, please, can you call the ambulance? I'm gonna bleed to death. And first of all, no, I said, let me call the ambulance. And he took the phone off me and threw it on the wall, and it was in pieces. So I said, please call the ambulance for me. I'm bleeding to death. I was bleeding a lot. And thank God I'm a nurse. So I took a towel and put it to my face like that to control the bleeding. And then he took the phone and went downstairs and took a long, long time there. I'm still bleeding upstairs. So I thought, oh God, has he got the ambulance or what? And I went to see if he has gotten the ambulance. Also, I hoped maybe I can get out, but he had locked the house.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So I said, did you manage to get the ambulance? And he was in the kitchen, he was leaning on the counter, and he was smoking. And me, I didn't know he had a knife on his hand. So when I asked whether he has got the ambulance, is when he just threw the cigarette again and came at me with a knife and tried to cut my neck off.
Oh my God, I thought this was the end, biting the nose off.
It wasn't the end. So he literally tried. Didn't I fought for it? I wasn't gonna let him get to that neck if I could. So he chopped off my fingers. They almost fell off. They didn't fall off, but they nearly. And he did cut my neck, like 2 slashes on the neck.
Hang on now. It's getting to that.
I was trying to avoid that.
No. Let people hear. I need to, when we spoke, you didn't use all these bits, I know. But because you are free to speak your mind, I know you are vulnerable at the moment, but you decided to come out in the open and let people know that these things do happen, that you are a domestic violence survivor. This man has only been here 2 weeks.
Less than 2 weeks.
You have brought this man, you've paid for his fare, you've processed his visa because you came here as a nurse. You paid for his fare, and you have 3 kids, and then on arrival, he doesn't tell you he's left your kids. He arrived on his own. You are struggling to get a place for you, the two of you, to stay. He gets a small job to do, just like most of us do before we settle. And on the first night together, and you are leaving the following day.
The first night in our house.
Or in your house.
In this house I was looking for.
Right. And you've already told him
for a week.
Sorry, go on. He did what?
He stayed with a friend for a week. And he was staying with this girl in Birmingham because he came at the point where I was moving. And I wanted to move house before the family came. So yeah. So
did you? Can I ask? I have to keep interjecting because did he, like this time when you said why, because obviously you did ask. I know myself, I know I can argue, I don't argue anymore. And Bishop is listening, he knows we I've come out of that. Did you say yes, I have to go? No. Did you argue?
No. We didn't argue, we didn't have a row. I mean, I obviously looked upset when he turned up. So there are things that upset you so much that even, what's the point of even arguing? What can we argue about if I've worked day and night to bring the family, and here my kids, I haven't seen them for 8 good months. I have got people who have lived here, they have never seen their kids. They came here, they have no way of bringing them. And mine, they have everything. And how I was yearning for them. It was just too painful. We didn't argue. But now that I am going, I think that was just, it wasn't like the problem. It's just something. It's just looking for something. Because imagine, he could have said that when we were saying, okay, let's go and get the children. And I'll book a ticket for myself.
Just like one of us has asked, why would someone be so bitter with life? Have a drink. Have a drink, my dear. Have a drink. Have a drink. Have a drink.
Niaje TapTap Send Money Transfer has launched its app in Kenya. Send money to M-Pesa and Kenyan bank accounts. Send money quickly at the best rate. Hassle-free. Available in the UK, France, Italy, Spain, Netherlands, Belgium, and Germany. Too mucky too.
So viewers, this is getting to that point where, oh my God, our guest, Abby, is really taking us through her life story, which is, I have no words, because it's getting to that point where it's pathetic. This man was a bitter man. Abby has worked her head out to bring the husband, then with 3 kids, to UK. She was a nurse, so obviously it was much easier for her to process. And here she is. After bringing her husband, look what is happening. Their first night in this house, family house, where they were to be happy, to be together happily. Let's get to hear more of these, Oh, God. And listen, guys, please kindly share. Invite other people. This is a topic where so many people should be here to hear this. Let us share. Don't be selfish. Let us share. Let us invite other people. Come on. Or just also follow us on YouTube. We are there, Beacon of Hope, Beacon YouTube. You can see us there. This is a topic that needs to be heard. This is a topic that we need to tell others so that we can. I am not advocating, and that is why we are not advocating for domestic violence. And that is why my friend, my sister Abby, does not like having the topic or the title domestic violence. She's talking of healthy relationships. So she wants to be positive because she knows it can work. Right, we get Abby back. I'm sure you've had a drink of water, Abby. I needed that break too because, oh God, I am just imagining what you were going through then. Kindly, people, share, 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 share. Right, so here you are. You've brought this man all the way, thinking, oh, it's gonna be all good, me and my husband and my kids. The first mistake he makes is to arrive on his own, not telling you that he is not bringing the kids, yet you've paid for his fare. He has no explanation or no reason as to why he has left the kids back home. You are still struggling to make sure that you get a nice big family house, which you did, and you're working your head off to make sure that you have money. You've taken a loan to make sure that you go and see your mom and also bring the kids. Your husband then has landed himself a small job, just like most of us do when we arrive here. Then on this night, from nowhere,
Yeah.
oh, okay, we left that bit where he pounced on you. He's got the knife. He's trying to cut your neck. Okay.
Yes, and I'm fighting for my poor neck. I'm saying, no way you're having this one. Not when I have a 2-year-old daughter. I am not giving you that neck. And you are fighting for the neck, and he cut my fingers. He cut me. He cut me on the neck, like 2 slashes on the neck. He
Was
meant
it
illness.
was this anything like I'm gonna kill you, or you've been horrible, or you?
He did say that he will kill me and finish what he came to do from Nairobi. He did say so. Probably that was the whole mission. I don't know whether he wanted to kill me, go back, get the children, because I fail to understand why he needed the visas, why he needed. Actually, I don't know. I don't know. I would like to know, but I don't.
Ah.
So
Maybe the idea was to kill you, then go back and kill the kids, or maybe get the kids, and I don't know.
maybe
He
you'd get the kids and come and stay here and live happily ever after. I don't know how. The devil doesn't show you the fine print.
somebody is asking. You said about ladies using makeup. Did you say you don't like using makeup?
No, I said today I'm not wearing makeup.
Okay.
It is for the ladies who are going through this.
Okay.
I wear
Okay.
makeup. When I make up, I am like, yeah, made up. And I really do makeup. But
Well,
today I'm
well.
makeupless.
I know some people who are joining us now because it's getting to that point of where we are wondering. Yes, and there was a bit of domestic violence, but because the husband was doing very well, Abby was a nurse. The husband was posted to Botswana as an expatriate. They went and lived there for 3 years. Abby says during courtship there were a few red signals, but she was deeply in love. Then when she got her first kid, 3 weeks, she got her first lap, but she was trying to think, oh, we can make it up. So it wasn't that exaggerated, but she looks back and says there must have been a few things happening which she ignored, being naive, thinking, it's gonna go. So that domestic violence Anne is asking, we've already had that. It wasn't as you'd have thought. But again, Abby is telling us it's always good to look at those red signals because they are there, but people ignore. She says, looking back, she can see a few things because like being abused, even, the verbal and being hit, even during courtship. So Abby is advising people to look for those red signs, which could be triggers of later things which could end up to being domestic violence. And I put a disclaimer, Abby likes calling it healthy relationships because she knows it's possible. Domestic violence has been quoted as, domestic violence. So for Abby, she likes talking about advocating for healthy relationships. So I was just bringing up to date those people who have joined us so that they can hear. I wanted also, oh God, that to sink. I'm just imagining that knife and he's trying to chop your neck and your fingers. And first of all, he bit your nose. He wanted to get that nose off.
Imagine.
So viewers,
anyway,
that is why Abby has
it's too
discussed.
traumatic. Don't imagine. But I would like to answer this person who was asking about the history. It was from the word go, from when my son was more all the way, and it was bad. It was quite bad. It was really bad. Actually, I could have died in a few of those incidences. I do not know how I survived them. But yeah, I did. I'm
Wow.
just now telling about the last one, which was here in the UK.
Wow, 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 wow. So, Anne, that was it. She gets her nose, the husband beat the nose, almost removing the whole nose. And then he goes downstairs, sits, starts chatting on the phone. He's not bothered and smoking. Abby is still upstairs bleeding profusely because of the nose. And he thinks, I need to go downstairs and find out what he's doing. Maybe he's called the ambulance, only to go and find him in the kitchen smoking, holding a knife. And that is where now she got all these deep cuts. And mind you, according to Abby, they hadn't even argued. Abby was to travel the following day to go to Kenya and get the kids who were supposed to have been brought, should have come with the husband. And Abby has paid the fare and the visas and everything. But he just left the kids and he came on his own. And he's hardly been here for 2 weeks. And this is what is happening. So,
Yeah. He couldn't cut my neck off, and I was pleading with the guy, please, please, for the sake of your children, for the sake of your baby daughter, for the sake, I used every sake, but he was bent, he was hell-bent. And then I thought, this is futile, so I cried to God, and God saved me. He cut my neck, and he cut my ear. My ear fell, actually. It was that sharp. I don't know how my neck didn't get cut off. I had 2 slashes on the neck, but it didn't touch a vein because I wouldn't have reached hospital where he was trying to cut.
Yeah.
But it was such a sharp knife that it cut my ear, which is a cartridge, and it fell off. And I have been through a lot of surgery. I thank God for the knowledge he has given. I thank God even for the doctors over here in the UK, because they have made me a new ear. This one is all made up.
Is it artificial? Is that artificial?
It's not artificial. It's
You want to turn
made.
around? You want to turn around, Viduka?
Yeah, I can show it. I like to wear my hair up. Yeah, that one was made by the doctors.
Wow, wow.
I thank God. And most of my face has been rebuilt, reconstructed.
Is that, can I ask, is that your son, Kelvin Mutahi?
That is my son, yes.
How old is he?
I love you, boy. I love you. Nice to see you.
How old is Kelvin?
Kevin is 30 years old.
He says, well done, Mom. You are a superwoman. Yeah, I'm so proud of that.
And you are going far. God is going to get you very far. Thank you for being here.
He's here supporting Mommy.
He's my firstborn. I think all of them are watching. All of them are on.
That's
They are very, very supportive.
So how old are they, by the way, now? Kelvin is
my
30.
firstborn, Kevin, is 30. He's gonna be that one soon. And Brian is 25. They are 5 years in between. And the baby girl is just 21, just turned 21 in this May.
They must be so proud of you.
Awesome guys. I love them so much. They have inspired me to continue because I needed something to make me, life didn't make sense apart from the children.
I can imagine.
And God, but I needed something else. And that is where I was trying to look inside. I thank God for people like Pastor Jane. She saw me those days and spoke a word of life, and it has borne the seeds. So she said you should write a book, and I've written a book.
Amen.
May God bless her. So when I was looking in what can inspire me to continue, as I was talking to one woman who was really feeling sorry for me when I came out of hospital, and I said to her, you know what? Don't worry, I am more than a face. And at that time, it was just something to hang on because life was quite meaning. You know what a face means to a woman?
I know.
You know? But then I had to realize that there's more to that in a human being. There's so much treasure that God has put in there. So I am like, I'm more than a face. I'm going to draw out.
You know what? I am inspired by you. I mean, your confidence and your willingness to come and speak up. And people's lives will be changed. Wow, that's a beautiful book that you are coming to that. We are coming to that because we're gonna talk about that. Right. Now here, Abby is here now. She's had all these bruises. We are still going back there. We haven't moved from there because we want to know what happens after that. How did you get to the hospital? What happens?
Okay.
Let's hear from there.
Okay. So I cried to God. I said, God, for the sake of those children and for the sake of that little girl, please save my life. Just my life I want to get out of here with. And somehow he stopped. I had pleaded on my life, on everything. I had begged, I had pleaded, I had negotiated, it wasn't happening. And then I said, God, just save my life for the sake of those kids. And God did. Somehow he stopped. And somehow I found myself in the upstairs bathroom and the phone. I left when it was in pieces. And then I thought he would put it together, but I had it when I got to the bathroom. And I called the ambulance. And in there, I was nipping in and out of consciousness. And I'm calling this 999. I'm saying, please hurry. And they're talking to me and say, stop talking. I don't have the energy to talk. Just get here any way you can. And then he came up, and I started when I got there up the stairs, I was so tired. So I leaned on the door like this, and the strength was going out of me. I slid to the floor and I sat next to the door like this. And I want to fall asleep. You know, the ambulance people, you keep talking to keep you alert.
Oh, yeah, to fight
try and keep you alert. And I'm like, shut up! Please stop talking. I can't do this. But she's talking. And then he came and just pushed me with the door like this. And he's like, I've done that. You can pay my ticket for me to go back home.
What?
Like how? I can't even see where the money is.
Did you have the energy to talk to him?
I didn't have anything. I wasn't saying anything. Yeah, too, dear. He was saying the stuff.
Now, could you hear him? I mean, I thought
I could hear him.
Conscious and conscious.
I could hear bits. And then the ambulance people came, and I remember seeing him like this before he got on the police car. And I went in the ambulance, and I was in the hospital, and that was another story altogether. So I'm going in the theater. They are trying to save my life, and they bring me back, and then I wake up and they realize I have lost the ear. They go to the house. They try and bring it back. They
allow me
back
to
the theater.
Allow me to laugh because I can imagine they're trying to look for your ear
in the house. So they go back, they bring it, they take me back to the theater, they put it on. I think it had stayed too long. It didn't take. They take me back to remove it. So surgeries became my life for a long, long time. But here I am. So, yeah.
And this man is asking for tickets to go back.
Mission
accomplished. Mission accomplished, yeah?
Yeah, pay my ticket so I can go home. But I think he thought he would just be taken home and that would be it. You know, in Kenya, nothing happens to guys like that.
So
even people are actually killed.
Let's get this. Okay. The ambulance, who called the police? Is it the ambulance people who called the police?
When you call the ambulance here in something like that, they don't come on their own. Yeah, so they did come and together with the police. Yeah, that's how it works.
Wow. Okay, let's keep on going. What happens?
We can't finish tonight.
Oh my God, yes, we go through now. Oh my God, you are still going through all these different facial reconstruction and all that. God is faithful that you are here talking, and we are
And
laughing.
he is doing his time. Thank God. By then. Yeah, I'm going through my surgeries and he is doing his time. How sad. How sad. While I could have brought him here and he just walk and get the nicest lady he can fancy or just start a new life if he can't cope with me.
Of course.
You know, and I couldn't have done anything, you know, but when somebody is bent on, that is the reason why I'm out here. Because guys, let's talk about this. We can't see it. We can't talk about it. We can't bear to look at it. We can't do anything about it. For how long? For how long? Our sons, it's us. Then it is our sons and daughters. It has to start with having the conversations.
Now, someone is asking, where is this man now?
I think we'll leave this man for the moment and focus on ourselves. That is what I decided to do, to focus on myself.
Amen.
And my children and my life. And when we are believers, God is able to take our broken pieces, put them together, repackage us. What you can see is Abby repackaged.
Yes.
By the way, I wasn't born Abby. I was born Maggie, as you can see there. Abby is my new me.
The new you.
I decided to start with myself,
rebranding,
with God's help. And I am grateful and I love the new packaging.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
I love this new packaging.
Hallelujah.
I learned new skills. I purposefully decided to learn things that I couldn't learn because I was a girl. I learned to swim. I learned to bike. My son was teaching me how to ride a bike. And I learned to swim when my daughter was learning to swim when she was 4.
You became an author. You've beaten me at this. My book has taken years now.
Yes, yes. So there's hope. My story is one of faith,
Amen, amen,
betrayal, healing, restoration, and apart from hope, hope for the new generations, because we are the salt of the earth. But even to decide to do nothing, if you decide, like I decided to stay in my abusive marriage, it is a decision I made. Whatever you do is a decision. You can decide to do nothing.
Right. Okay, Abby, before you proceed, because
I get carried away, I'm sorry.
We are talking about advocating for healthy relationships. According to you, there is a question here. At what point would you advocate for one to walk out of such an unhealthy relationship? Is it during the first slap before it progresses, or for you, what do you think? At what point should you have walked away? Because there are even some people who are using that Kikuyu song. This is what Bishop says.
But you know, Mrs. Bishop is only now we have started saying that, which is great. Is a move on. Before it is normal. It's normal. Who even cares that you are beaten and you have a black eye? Even yourself. You talk to your friend, you talk to your family, you talk, okay, I talk to people. When I didn't decide to talk today. I decided to talk a long time ago. I used to be very quiet. And then I'm like, this is how I got here. I'm never gonna stop talking. So I started talking. You meet me somehow, because I thank God, because, well, I'm deemed a bit successful. So whenever I meet people like here in the UK and we start chatting and I say, oh, I am so-and-so and I have 3 children. Oh, are they abroad? No, they are here with me. Oh, you are here with your husband? No, I don't have one. I'm looking. That's a
See,
joke. That
go
is
and
a
search
joke.
it. Yeah, that you
You go
yeah.
and search it.
Life is there.
Because-
I mean, there's life. There's somebody says that there's Mwangaza. Jane Kaneda, my sister, is saying there's Mwangaza at the end of the tunnel.
There is
light.
Mwangaza. Always there is Mwangaza at the end of the tunnel.
No, you
So
haven't.
it
You
is
haven't
assumed.
answered. You haven't answered that question of Pastor James. He's asking at what time, at what point, especially for you, do you think you should have walked out of this?
I should have walked out that first day when he hit me. No one is allowed to hit another grown-up. In fact, now we don't even hit children because violence bears violence.
Oh, yes.
So we should steer away from, I know we live in a place where if you have little power, you do it to anyone who is less powerless, and it goes from up all the way down. We need to rethink our approach to life.
Yes.
Because, okay, when I was really suffering, I'm trying to answer where I said somebody hit you, girl, boy, land for the hills. There's no negotiation. Go. I love marriages. And by the grace of God, I hope one day I'm gonna be happy.
Amen.
It's not late for me yet.
Receive in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Receive in Jesus' name.
I don't want to live alone. When that happens, it will happen.
Listen,
by the grace
God's
of God.
ways are not our ways.
But marriage is not to be endured. Marriage is to be enjoyed.
Did Son James hear that?
And no one need to die in a marriage. Christ has already died for all of us.
Hallelujah.
You don't need to die even for your husband because Christ has died for him. And even if you die for him, by the way, if you roga, you might even assist this person.
Oh, yes.
Not to get so far. You assist your children. So I'm saying no, we cannot continue the way we have done. And the children now is happening even not in marriage. At a university girl has been murdered by a boyfriend. What is that?
Yeah, a lot is happening.
Imagine that is your daughter.
Yeah, your sister.
Why does someone feel that they have a light? They are praying God. Only God should take life. Only God.
That's right.
And it is because there is that, and it has gone so far, and no one is willing to say anything about it. But we do need to say something about it, and we need to look at it on the face, and we need to empower people to say no, that the boundaries of this relationship is here. You mete haha egakinya haha.
Yes.
Na wakira haha kana nie ndakira haha, that is not going to work. And what I learned from my experience, every relationship need boundaries.
Oh, yes.
Kinya relationship yakwa na ciana ciakwa ni cioi ona ode meraga, they need to put boundaries even with me.
Yes.
And with everybody, because no one is supposed to just, every relationship, even your relationship with your employer kweraga atiriri. Sorry,
No, it's okay. It's okay.
My mother tongue now.
I will translate for those who are here. We are quite a few of us, I think. Go ahead, because you're almost coming to the end of tonight.
That this is the contract. You work 3 days, you come at 8, and you finish at 4. You try to come at 11 for 3 days. And I see whether that is going to work. That is a boundary. You come at 10 one day, they get you to, they take your excuse. Second day,
that's right.
They call you somewhere. Third day, you get, there is no relationship without a boundary.
Oh yes, that's right, yeah.
Where did we come to think that a loving relationship should have no boundary? Where did we come to think that because I'm your mother, we have no boundaries? or I'm your father, we have no boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Even God has given us boundaries in our
Yes.
relationship with Him.
Yes.
And by the way, when I was searching, I have done a lot of search. This thing really confused even my faith.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was thinking, and I was asking God, like where were you when this was happening?
Yet I believe in you.
Like you say you love me, but how on earth could you let this happen? And I went on a search, and we need the thing I have learned. We need the Bible is very empowering.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
The Bible is extremely empowering. I was a
Mm.
believer, but I was a believer who goes to church and get preached, but I didn't do what the word says. It says,
Yes.
study the word daily, meditate
Put
on
upon
it
it. Yeah.
until it becomes a part of you
That's right. Mm-hmm.
and you have good success.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't do what it said it. And when I was searching, I came on a place. I think I'm going to just say
Yeah.
about this. This is very important to me because it completely transformed my thinking about marriage and relationship.
Okay.
In Malachi 2, 13 to
Malachi.
16, I had never been preached about it. And it says, I was just reading Ladom, I was reading Job, I was reading
That's Malachi.
Malachi 2, 13 to 16. And at some point, it talks about
Son James, can you write that for me down there? Malachi 2, 13
2,
to 16.
13 to 16. It is very clear boundaries about relationship. Is our relationship with God, our relationship with a brother, and our relationship with your wife. And I will say, I will add here also a relationship with your husband. And it is saying that this is what you do. You cover my altar with tears, and you complain that I no longer hear your prayers. Why? And it lists the things that you have done. Because you have gone after foreign gods. God cannot tolerate you going after foreign gods. You cannot go serve foreign gods and then come and
That's
have
right.
a relationship with God. And God is calling it dealing treacherously. And then he says, with your brother. And then it says, with your wife. I have been a witness between you and your wife. That is where I always had that I hate divorce. And I hated it as well. And I did everything. It kept me there in that abusive marriage just so that I cannot have a divorce.
You are trying to salvage that marriage.
I wasn't even, I was trying to make it work. Because I was a Christian, it made it harder for me to see things that were not working.
Yeah.
Because I feel condemned that I am even contemplating a move away. Because I hate divorce. Everywhere I hate divorce. But no one made the context of why God is saying I hate divorce. He says, I hate divorce. I hate a man who covereth himself with violence as with a garment. And other translations will say that you are putting that person, you are overwhelming that person with cruelty by divorcing them, But God is saying, dealing treacherously. What is dealing treacherously? And I had to look what treacherously means. I'm just gonna say it is a describing words means faithless, readiness to betray, deceptive, untrustworthy, unreliable, unstable, insecure. And when it relates like to a telling or footing, it means it is dangerous and hazardous. That is how a marriage that is abusive is. It's dangerous and it is hazardous. So God has completed, but no one wanted to tell us that bit. because, and I don't blame anybody, because we get the context of even say even a Bible teaching. We are part of the community, and because we saw that violence within the marriage is normal. In fact, I've had people say that if your husband has never slapped you, he doesn't love you enough. What nonsense is that?
Never had that, although I've not been married for many years.
Talk to people.
Ah.
And others, it's normalized. I want to say it's normalized. It's even promoted. It is fostered, especially more so in our community, because the work that needs to be done is groundbreaking. No work has been done. Even refugees have just started. Even the law that supports, the law that criminalizes that kind of action is only done in 2015, which is very recent.
Wow.
And even the police don't know. You go to the police area, that's a family matter. And then you go and sort it at home.
You go and try to tell the chief, he tells you.
You tell the chief, he said you back home. You tell your father, he say, you tell your mother, she say, like, you know what? It's not that we are here because we have done it. So yours is even you have not seen a thing. But I want to say there is no small, it starts small and escalates very quickly, and it can turn ugly very quickly like that.
Wow. Now, Abby, you know what? Definitely this talk has to come back, this talk, because we were supposed to be here for 1 hour. Now it's 1.5 hours, and I think we are booking you for next week, because this is a talk.
Please.
People want to know about this other man also. This man. And obviously your children and how you have progressed. They need to know about your books, what you do. I think you are healing. They need to know you are healing and all that. And we cannot handle that within the 5-10 minutes remaining. But viewers, let me say, I don't know about you, but I've seen one comment which I would like to look at. There's one comment which was written by Mom. Where is that comment? And I thought I should look at that comment. Okay. That comment by Nancy Shiro. Nancy Shiro Mam D has said, I hope this will reduce the judgment against singles or those who have left their marriages, not unless the story is told. Thank you, Abby. Because people are so judgmental. They hear that Abby or John or Mary has left their marriage, and we start talking, we judge, but we do not know the story behind, that divorce or that separation or that being single. So this is what Nancy is saying, that I hope this kind of helps people. Now, Paul Morim Niderito, Hongera, my little sister.
That is my brother.
Your courage is amazing. Do not stop to saying this until cows come back home.
Yeah. Until cows come home.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, our brother Paul. We are not stopping. Yes. We are not stopping. Yes. We really have to. We will go on top of the mountains and talk about this. And I'm going to host this again so that people have got questions. People would like to know more. And really, Abby, what is your part in short? Because I know our time. Where does time go? Because you are coming back next week, booked.
Thank you.
We have to have part 2.
In short, my part in short, I'm inviting everyone who is tired to come to the loud table. Let us have these conversations. Never before has it gone crazy like now in the COVID times. Because we are locked up in the houses, and even there's nowhere to, you are in the long time, you are a long time. So even if it was borderline now, borderline power and control issues. Now it goes off the roof. So we need to learn of new ways. We need to change our perspectives, our views on life. And also, especially as a community, my heart is breaking for my community. My heart is breaking. And we, be it you are a mother, be it whoever you are affected by this in one way or another. Come, let us find solutions, because they are there. And if even if you are affected in a different way on the other side of the plane, come, let us talk about it. There are ways you can be helped. You can be empowered to be a great man who will never raise a hand to a woman or a child, because you don't have to. There are other ways. There are better ways. And God does not advocate that. God doesn't love that. God is saying, the Bible says that the throne of God is his enthroned is in Psalm 97, that his throne is like the foundation of his throne is on righteousness and justice. When you are using your power or abusing your power to a less powerful person, you know you are doing injustice.
Oh, yes.
And God is not with you in that. So we really need, even God, he is so mighty, but he loves us, and he walks with us, and he builds us, and he helps us, he empowers us. How come you're using the little power he has given you to abuse it and hurt others?
Wow. Abby, what do I say? And the comments coming, it's amazing. I've got my friend Titus, Reverend Titus Mburu, all the way in Kenya. Reverend Titus Mburu Mwagi is saying, continue teaching people their rights so that they may enjoy in their marriage and not endure.
Amen.
Right, viewers, this has Beacon of Hope Friday special talk. And yes, Abby has shared her story, and you know what? She wants to, I know she's coming back next week, but she wants to tell you about, go on, talk about your book.
So that is the book I have written. I wrote it in COVID time as well, because the thing became so serious even here. It was all over in the news, and I was like, and something was pushing me to share the story, and I couldn't rest. I couldn't sleep. I was all over the place. Now I'm really settled since I put it out there. It was very empowering, very healing for me to write it, and you should get a copy. It's a must read. It's a must read. It's selling in the UK for £12 plus postage.
Okay, I'm ordering the first copy. Definitely you post it to me before the next meeting. I must have it.
Yes, yes.
If you post it tomorrow, it's gonna be here by Monday.
Yes, I'll post it.
Wow. So can we agree that we are here next week so that people can book their time next week at 6?
Yes. By all means.
I know people want to know the story. They want to know what has made you, how did you progress? What are you doing? All these things. But please, viewers, we can't finish that because we're almost going to 2 hours now. We were meant to be here for 1 hour, but you know what? This is empowering. This is, inspiring. There's teaching. It's emotional. Some of the beats, when I had to go for a drink, I became so emotional because I just thought, but thank you so much, Abby, for being so brave, just like your kid brother says, just like your own son says, Mom, being so courageous, speaking about this. And this is one way of healing, definitely. And as you heal, you're helping somebody. Because like you told me, you wouldn't want any other lady to go through what you went through, because most people are persevering in enduring in their marriages, enduring and not enjoying.
Yes.
And Abby says that is what she did for the years that she was in her marriage. She was enduring. right from day one, instead of enjoying. God ordained marriage for
Yes.
enjoyment, not for enduring. So thank you so much, Abby. Thank you for pouring out your heart. Thank you for sharing. And next week we look out, please, everybody, part 2 of this episode, where we get to know how Abby has progressed. She didn't even finish the story of her being in hospital and all the many surgeries. She didn't tell us where this bitter man is. We'll get to hear all this in our next week's show. So this has been another show, I mean, it's not like any other. It's been fantastic, awesome,
Bless the
sharing
Lord.
your head out. So we are so blessed to have you around. May the Lord continue using you for the glory of his name, because what you are doing, you are empowering other women not to come out of their marriages, but to watch out for those red signals before things get worse, because you wouldn't want anybody else to go through the surgeries you've gone through, to go through the bitterness, to go all through this hard time. That is why God is truly using you, and we thank God for you. We thank God for you. We are so grateful. And those of us who are coming now, kindly share, so that you can listen to this story, so that next week, as we continue with part 2, you will not have to go back. My sister Ruth says, that's my own biological sister. She says, well done, Abby. Very, very encouraging. Nevi Keeps is tuned, but please, Nevi Keeps, you are finishing. Please share so that you can watch. My baby sister, who is a nurse like you. Oh no, I'm late. You watch recorded. Yes, you will. It's good to hear that. Thank you for hosting her. It's been very empowering. Thank you. Washa wa goge. Ajin Kamau, thank you. Say amen. Reverend Titus Iboro, Mas Mary Nogari, thank you so much. Julia Mainge, Mchugaji, Beatrice Jerry is saying jokes aside, yes. My son James, that's our son, Dr. James, all the way in Kenya. Andy Show that's another baby sister I've got here. Jane Kanga, that is my sister, Mary Nogari. I've got Dama Ben was in the house. Jane Kamau was in the house. Julia Mainge, who is a sharer. I've got Anwa Wero, who was asking to what happened first. Isaiah Megwe is there. Anwa Wero again. Ruth is there. Well, if I don't mention you, know that we appreciate you. Know that, Nancy, you're there. If I don't mention your name, know that we appreciate you. Regina Mobi, thank you for tuning. Rachel Joroge, thank you. Yes, all those people. I mean, you have many of you. Sherry Francis, I can see you are there. Maureen, I can see you're there. Regina Mobi, you're there all the way in Nairobi. Beatrice Mobi, Beatrice Jerry, sorry. All of you. We thank God for you, and kindly please do me a favor, share again. For those who will come and watch after this, Michael Bogwa 2 call Akini, we are ending now. We've just been here. This is 2 hours, absolutely 2 hours. So thank you so much, everybody. If you can share, you will be able to follow the recorded, and then next week, because my sister is coming back next week, same time, 6 p.m. Friday. We will be here so that we can hear more of what happened and, follow up with that story. God bless you so much, Abby. I don't know what to say.
Bless you.
We will catch behind the tent. We will talk behind the tent. We will talk. Thank you and have a good night. Thank you, my dear.
Have a good night. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Now, viewers, this has been another episode of Beacon of Hope Beacon, which is our talk show. And tonight, you see what we had. It has been a treat for us because we've learned so much. If you have not learned, I don't know what else you expect. So Abby has been there sharing her heart out, sharing her story, and it's been so emotional. But guess what? We needed to hear this. It's very, very important that we hear this. All these leg flags, which come in marriages, before things get escalate to what she got through. So till next week. Next week on Friday, we have part 2 of this. Remain blessed. Tomorrow night, we have Beacon of Hope, Beacon, the family program with Bishop BK. And then on Sunday, I did say last week, we've gone back to church now. Those of you who are near, we meet at the Vibe Youth Center. And now we are meeting at 1:30, from 1:30 to 3. Join us. Let's have that. Let's thank God together. We are so excited to be at the Vibe Youth Center, Bacon Tree Avenue, next to Lido on Long Bridge Road. We only meet for 1.5 hours, worship together, thank God together, and please join us. You will not regret, and it's our Kikuyu service. We love that. We don't want to forget our mother tongue. We don't want to forget. So viewers, until next week, for another episode for the part 2 of this advocating for healthy relationships with Abby, who is our friend now. Take care. I remind you, if you're sending money to Kenya, sending any support to Kenya, there's never been a better way. And if you have not downloaded TapTap, I don't know what you're waiting for. I've got very beautiful testimonials of those who are using TapTap. We have the highest rate of exchange. It's quick, it goes so fast, it's reliable. If you get stuck anywhere, we can help you. And for those people who have got problems with their accounts, we can help them transfer the money instantly to M-Pesa and to your account. TapTap. Please download. And when you use my promo code Liz254, you get £10 on top of what you are saying. You are sending. And the exchange rate is really good. Support this because they are our sponsors of this program. Till next time. Tap, tap. God bless you. Have a good night. Have a good evening. Good morning. Good day.
Niaje TapTap Send Money Transfer has launched its app in Kenya. Send money to M-Pesa and Kenyan bank accounts. Send money quickly at the best rate. Hassle-free. Available in the UK, France, Italy, Spain, Netherlands, Belgium and Germany. Too mucky too.
So, good night everybody. Be blessed. We love you. We are signing off from Barking and Dagenham. God bless. God bless. Thank you so much. God bless. God bless.
Niaje TapTap Send Money Transfer has launched its app in Kenya. Send money to M-Pesa and Kenyan bank accounts. Send money quickly at the best rate. Hassle-free. Available in the UK, France, Italy, Spain, Netherlands, Belgium and Germany. Too mucky too.
Good night.